After we're done with this video, I'm going to check up online to see if people ran Subnautica with the sound music in the background, because the music in this game is fantastic as well. So if I can run it, I will. If not, oh well. At least I'll have the sound effects in it, because I learned. And here's the ship explosion. Always got to show that. And then while looking at that, I noticed the moon just drifting on by. And because of that, I now have to go get a radiation suit. Now remember, I forgot all about the computer chip that was in the thing there, but I just left it in there. So I went out and did all that for nothing. And as usual, you tend to forget that you needed an extra piece of something to build something. So you gotta run out and do it again. That's what a lot of this game is at the beginning, is you running back and forth, gaining the materials over and over again, and then forgetting that you needed an extra one. You'll see that later on whenever I build the Seamoth. I get annoyed. Annoyed as all hell. That's really dark. But anyway, while I'm doing this, I figured out that doing voiceover after the fact is just a horrible, horrible idea. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I have to do it with the next episode after this because it was already recorded. But for the most part, yeah, I think I don't like this at all. If I screw up, if I have to cough or anything like that, I can't just take it out because then I'm cutting the actual. This is all my voiceover saved on Audacity, not the rendering software that I'm using. So I have to put the file in, then cut it. So it's annoying. And now I've built my baby. The single item that's going to bring me so much joy in this game. Because now I can create lots and lots of stuff. Mainly a base. Some of the stuff from a distance looks like little rocks. So if you see me swimming through a wall, that's why. Here's where the planning begins. Decided that I was going to make a beacon because I gotta go find the place that I build my first base every single time. You always have to have a base in the shallows, which is the place where you always land when you first arrive in the game, which is here. It's called the shallows. And then as you go further into the game, you notice you can go deeper and do a lot more, and there's more danger and things like that, but I always keep a base on hand right in the shallows you know, for when you want to go home. The little pink fish makes me, or helps create water. With how long this is, I think I'm going to break it up into 2 episodes. I'll call the first one Because I'm an Idiot. And the second one, I'll call The Quest for the Seamoth. I think that's what this one is. If not, I'll name it something else. Yeah, I'm trying to get my bearings. I'm trying to find the place that I always drop a base in the shallows. When you first enter the game, any base that you want to drop, you can drop it anywhere you want, but I like to put the first one where there's a heat plume, volcano-ish type place. Reason why is due to energy. That's what I go for, because you always start off with solar panels for your base, just for energy. Energy you need in every base because of oxygen. If you don't have any energy going into your base, then no oxygen. So therefore the base is kind of pointless. But I always find the volcano heat plume-ish type thing because that's where I use a multitude of energy creating things like nuclear and bioreactor and whatnot, but I use solar and the thermal reactors first for energy. If you have a heat plume / volcano, that's going to create unlimited energy without you having to deal with anything like having to refill it. Like with a bioreactor, you have to put fish into it. With nuclear, you have to put the nuclear rods into it every once in a while. But with the thermal, you just plop it on the heat plume and it will always give you energy, no matter what. So that's what I'm currently doing. I'm trying to find my hole in the shallows that I use. And I'm going to drop a beacon. So that way I always know where it is, so I don't have to keep doing this over and over again because this is annoying. Without a Seamoth, you're just running around in circles and you're going really slow. I think the only downside to being near a heat plume is the sound. It always sounds like it's thundering outside. which is fine because after a while it sounds like waves crashing from the ocean, and it becomes normal to you. And there it is. And now I'm giddy for myself, like a little schoolgirl. I changed the colors of the beacons, or the colors of, yeah, the beacons of everything up top, because it's a blue water up top. And when you're on the water, you're looking for blue on blue. It's kind of difficult. Whenever you get below into, say, the magma areas and whatnot, you change it to blue. So that way you can see it there instead of red. All color coordinating. It's really nice. Me going around in circles here is trying to remember if it has a door or not. Now it has a door, but I can't get in it. So a lot of the wreckage has doors that you can cut with a laser tool, but this one doesn't. And I just figured that out finally and walk away like a boss. Only not like a boss, more like an idiot. I always build here because of that dip right there. That dip gives me plenty of room for building a Cyclops or the other one. And there's plenty of resources down here, especially quartz. Whenever I turn the sound back on in the game, you'll hear those things. They really do sound like whales, and it shakes the house if you turn the speakers up on it. They're fantastic sounds. One thing I agree with Jacksepticeye on is the one thing they definitely got right was the sound effects in this game. It is perfection. You feel like you're underwater. Everything hits you just right. Now that right there is a door that I can use with a laser cutter, but I don't have a laser cutter. Propulsion grenade. Floodlights are nice. I use them for the base.
Are you tired of drinking the same old gas station coffee? Do you want a damn good cup of coffee? Maybe check out some nice artwork in the meantime. Then you should check out Under the Black. Under the Black is a locally owned and operated coffee shop and consignment art dealer based out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We use the finest beans available to create our signature coffee blends directly from our kitchen to your door. Swing by our site and check out not only our coffees, but also our products and consignment art. I promise you won't be disappointed. Check us out at the site below.
Gotta have all the chairs and the beds. I'll get all the beds later. And that's where you get stuck. I don't like going into wrecks without Cyclops or Seamoth nearby, just because it's a mobile air base, and always whenever you try and swim through there, you get stuck on small things, and you're trying to get out in a panic, and you end up drowning because you have to swim up top. But if you got Seamoth nearby, you just have to get to the entrance. That's all you gotta do. Now for the long swim back. Like I said, I can go ahead and cut this out, but honestly, I'm just letting it in. I want people to see exactly what you got to go through, the great stuff and the horrible stuff. The fact that you swim 600 meters away from your thing, you got to swim right back to it. It's a long, arduous journey. You got to appreciate both the good and the bad. I'm not saying that that's bad for the game. I don't think it's bad for the game. When you travel somewhere, you got to get back at some point. So accept it as it is, and move on. Yeah, this is definitely getting cut. like we were trying to do. Now that I'm actually recording the audio, I was talking to myself, and people are going to think I'm crazy. My dogs do, at least. So anyway, yes, I'm looking for copper, and like in real life, when you're looking for your car keys, copper at the beginning of the game, when you are not looking for it, it's easy to find. When you need it, you can't find it. I'm rather annoyed with myself that I didn't press record on the audio. Time for that mobile vehicle bay. Stop telling me what to do. It's important that you don't drop it off in the shallows, or if you do, make note of where it is so that way you can pick it up later. Because when you have bigger vehicles, mainly the Cyclops, you do not want to drop it in the shallows. It's just not going to fit. So I always take it out to where my home base is going to be, and I plop it directly in the middle of the ocean and nearby, and just let it sit. Problem with that is at the beginning is that you don't have a base, so you don't have all the resources you need right down in there, right beside you, so you gotta keep swimming back to the life pod for all your stuff. And that's deep enough for me. Now to see what it takes to make a Seamoth. You would think I would have this stuff written down or something like that. I've done this countless times on the Xbox. But no. Need the quartz for the windshield. Ow. Me trying to figure out everything that I have, what I have to work with, so on and so forth. Gotta get me some lube. Every time. And this is the part where I think I'm completely and totally ready to build that Seamoth. not sure what I'm doing here. I can hear the SpongeBob going off in my head right now. I'm ready! But here's the silly thing. I'm not ready. See? And here's where I get visibly angry. Forgot lead. I think I got bored at this point. I was pretty much done playing, but I wanted to finish what I started. But I got distracted. And here's where I notice I don't have any lead that I could have gotten right underneath. Yep. That I could have gotten right underneath where the Seamoth vehicle bay was. I just swam right down and got one. But thinking that I had it in my life pod, I wasted all that time. Rookie mistakes. Keep in mind, I haven't played this game in a while, at least 6+ months, so I was a little bit rusty at the start of this thing, but later episodes, or at least the next episode that I recorded, I am much better at remembering crap and everything that I need to do. And And then the funniest part is trying to find lead in the dark. Just a big old kick in the butt right there. Can never have too much copper. Finally found the lid. At this point, I've had enough. So, on that note, thanks for watching, everybody. Comment below, like and subscribe if you want to. There's going to be plenty more where this is, where I bungle my way through Subnautica, even though I've done this a million times. And I'll get progressively better at it. And that moon is beautiful. And do what I need to do. And hopefully I created much more entertainment for you guys. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.